the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN Plus is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The place where Marciano has fought, where Ali has fought, where all the greats going back have fought time and again. And in recent years, Vasyl Lomachenko has been the great, and now he comes back. Among all active fighters, that power punch connect percentage is the highest of all. He takes on Jamaine Ortiz from Worcester, Mass., the unbeaten fighter with the greatest test of his career. And here is Ortiz, the 26-year-old, his first fight at MSG, his first scheduled 12-rounder. And he has been confident, and he has been fearless, and he has been determined with all his words all week long. When we ask why and how he will win this fight, he says it's God's timing. And I know within myself I'm calm, and I will prove everybody wrong. The American with the Dominican roots is prepared. But this is the moment that so many, especially here in New York, with Ukrainian support and Ukrainian natives, have waited for. He didn't have to go back, he did. To serve his land, to be with his countrymen as they face the invasion. The return of Vasyl Lomachenko. The mission is simple now. Become undisputed lightweight champion of the world. The man who has all 4 belts, Devin Haney, is here to watch this. A flag-filled Hulu Theater at MSG to welcome Loma back. 322 days away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the Hulu Theater at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. Brought to you this evening by Boost Mobile, Money is Power, by Bud Light, the official beer of celebrations, and by AutoZone, Get in the Zone. Our judges at ringside, Mark Constantino, Frank Lombardi, and John McKay. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Charlie Fitch. And now to everyone here inside Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. This is boxing. This is Top Rank. And oh, baby, this is the main event. 12 rounds for the NABF lightweight title. Introducing, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports. He weighed in at 134 pounds, wearing white trunks with red and gold trim. His record, 16 victories, no defeats, 1 draw. 8 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the WBC #8 lightweight contender from Worcester, Massachusetts, Jamaine the Technician Jamaine Ortiz. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 134.6 pounds. Wearing camouflage with black. His record, 16 victories, 2 defeats, 11 victories coming by way of knockout. He is the former featherweight world champion, the former junior lightweight world champion, the former unified lightweight world champion, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist from Ackerman, Ukraine, Vasyl Lomachenko.
Vasyl Chief second. Good evening, Jamaine. Good evening, Vasyl. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now, come out fighting at the bell.
See the height advantage for Ortiz? That's nothing new for Loma. He's a natural featherweight who, with all that skill, has been able to go up multiple weight classes. A kiss for Lomachenko, Anatoly, his trainer, his father, who set him on this course years ago. They have been through so much over the course of the past year, and now it's back to what he has always done, to box. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward with you. Gentlemen, we talked this week about what we would look for to know that it's the same Loma. Tim, where will your eyes be early on with his return?
Well, I'm going to see how much he's getting hit right out the gate. You know, if he's getting hit early on, then it's pretty much not the same Loma. You know, timing's a bit off. Been out of the ring for somewhat close to almost a year. You know, and he's a bit of a slow starter. So if he starts slow and loses his first couple of rounds, things can get interesting on the back end of this fight, Tess.
Just a little context. This is Lomachenko's 140th championship round. This is Jamaine Ortiz's first.
Isn't that amazing? In fact, Ortiz only has 87 complete pro rounds. Most of his work on the smaller circuit of New England fight cards.
Loma has more championship rounds than Ortiz has total rounds.
Correct. And that's what Loma was doing right from the start of his career. Went right into the deep end because of his amateur pedigree, was able to do that. A multi-division champion, won world titles in 3 weight classes. Fewest fights needed to win a world title, 3 fights. Fewest fights needed to win 2 divisions, 7 fights. Set the record for fewest fights needed to win titles in 3 divisions. That came in only 12 fights.
I think it's really important for Ortiz to fight like he's fighting, stay within himself, but win these early rounds, because Loma does start slow and he wants to A, get respect, and B, pile up points and bank some early rounds.
We call that proceed with caution, but get off to a quick start. Don't allow Loma to settle in. It's a great jab right there by Ortiz, just keeping Loma occupied in that distance. And that's what Ortiz needs to continue to do. Fight him with combinations just like that from the outside.
4-punch combination followed up with a 2-punch combination.
That sequence right there, Loma didn't throw a punch, but Ortiz gave up a lot of energy trying to stay away from Loma, and that's part of the process that Loma wants to start, which is drain the young fighter's mind, drain his body so I can start to land my signature shots.
The crowd support this early in a Loma fight is almost unlike anything we've ever heard before. But obviously this is an emotional return. The Ukrainian anthem was an emotional display here at MSG.
Plus, Tess, you got to also understand that this is Ortiz's first 12-round fight.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind there's some uncertainty if he can go at this pace for 12 rounds.
Body shot from Ortiz. Lets his hands go on the inside against Lomachenko. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN Plus is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The Ortiz supporters on their feet after he threw 28 punches at Lomachenko in that first round. And look who is sitting ringside. Just to the side of Bob Arum and the Top Rank executives is the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney, fresh off his success in the rematch against George Kambosos. Mark Kriegel had a talk with Haney earlier about the prospect of fighting Lomachenko. Right now, Lomachenko is already dealing with bruising under that right eye. In that first round, Ortiz had an 8-3 connect advantage. Now, Lomachenko, a slow starter, or as he would say, downloading the information, understanding space, range, hand speed of the opponent.
He's trying to right now, but I'm telling you right now, man, Ortiz is game. He understands what he has to do. He's taken that knowledge from the sparring session. He's applying it right now.
Good experience for Ortiz that he had a year ago as Lomachenko was preparing for Richard Comey. We heard from him earlier about some advantages he felt he had because of that experience, and he was able to land and start that bruise under the right eye of Lomachenko. Bernardo.
I just spoke with Russ Amber and asked him about the abrasion under the right eye, and he said, look, it's because of the abrasive tape that Jamaine Ortiz is using, but nonetheless, we're going to have it under control.
Bernardo, just for clarification, Russ, who is one of the most veteran and equipped cutmen and cornermen in all of boxing, he's saying it's because of the tape wrapped around the wrist of Ortiz?
Yes, it's the type of tape that he's using. He said it's very abrasive, and so it's scraped on the upward slope, and that's why you see the inflammation under the eye, according to his cutman.
Ortiz being much the aggressor here in the midst of round number 2.
He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Get Loma defensive. Get him out of his stance. Loma breaks his stance often. No one makes him pay for that, but you see Ortiz.
Let go of him, Jamaine. Let go. You're holding him, Jamaine. Let go of his arms. Break the
Loma willing to work out of that as he came darting ahead with that southpaw jab moments ago.
Ortiz is having some good success in these first 2 rounds.
He really is, Dre.
But he's also giving up a lot of energy. There's a long way to go.
Yes, it is.
And Loma has no problem with that.
But Dre, he can't think about that. What Ortiz needs to do is just fight every minute, every second of this round. Don't be thinking about getting tired.
No, he can't think about that.
Don't think about it.
But it's our job to point it out.
Again, but I'm just saying, he can't think about it. That
Listen,
way
we
help him in
just
this
had
fight.
the conversation in the last fight of a fighter who had a golden opportunity against a world-class fighter and chose not to really take it fully. That's the opposite of what Ortiz is doing early on against Lomachenko. Ortiz is bringing it. Ortiz is going for it at least.
And that's who Ortiz is.
Right.
Let go of him, Jamaine. You're holding him.
Ooh. End of 2. It's interesting to hear what Bernardo reported from the corner of Lomachenko as to that pronounced abrasion. We believe this is where it happens. Right there, you see that cuffing. That was not a clean landed punch. It cuffs, so the wrist with that tape does hit onto the face right there.
Yes, that happens.
Here's a look, and watch where the wrist with the tape hits. Right where they describe it, and it pulls back against the flesh underneath the eye of Lomachenko, and thus that now pronounced bruising and abrasion that they're dealing with. Round number 3. Jamaine Ortiz, the upset-minded fighter from Worcester, Massachusetts, with a 15-11 connect advantage through the first 2 rounds.
But this pace that Ortiz is fighting at, and which looks a little bit sporadic at times, is really how he fights. This is his style.
Lomachenko trying to cut things off and corral Ortiz.
Look, right now, this is just the beginning. Ortiz got more tricks in his bag. Now that he can switch southpaw, Tess, he can fight just as well out of the southpaw position as he can in the orthodox stance.
He's a natural righty. Throws a ball left-handed, but constantly will switch stances throughout his career. We've seen that.
That's the one thing in sparring with Loma that he said I didn't show him.
Well, he couldn't.
I stayed orthodox the whole time.
Because he was prepping him for Richard Comey.
But he said that's the thing that may show up in this fight.
So when they sparred, he's got a job to do. Not be Ortiz at his best, but give him the best look at Comey, who obviously is a standard power right-hand fighter.
Ortiz just took a deep breath in just a minute ago, about 10 seconds ago. This pace is definitely a high-intensity type of pace.
Just like Ramirez, it looks like Loma's not doing much. He's not throwing a lot of punches, but there is a lot going on with his feints, his foot feints, his head feints, upper body feints, and he's making his opponent think, and he's draining his opponents before the punches actually land.
Yeah, but Loma's, his foot feints and his head, his body movement is not sharp as I usually see it. We usually see it, Dre.
Well, you wouldn't expect it to be after a year layoff in the first couple rounds, but it is effective. Let's see if it can continue to be.
Short right hand on the inside from Ortiz. Comes forward behind the jab. Loma able to get out of range.
But that youth is what Loma's struggling with right now.
Loma can't find a rhythm right now.
Ortiz has that Jermaine Taylor thing going on where he's got that windy offense where he throws, and you got to respect him because the punches come off very fast and very strong.
He got that Tim Bradley thing going on, Dre.
Interesting. 2 interesting analogies there.
Bing, 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 bing.
Loma gets him. He clipped him with the left hand. He clipped him with the right hand up top. Now he gets him in the corner before Ortiz ties up. Loma clipped him moments ago.
How Ortiz manages those moments will determine how this fight turns out. Does he panic? Does he forget the game plan, or does he stay composed?
Ortiz came forward trying to land a right hand. Loma got him with a short left right before the bell. Good 3rd round. Let's go back and show you that sequence from Lomachenko with about a half a minute to go in the round as they continue to work under that right eye.
It seems as Loma's starting to get that timing down of Ortiz. Coming behind with that swivel jab right after that left hand. Follows Ortiz out. You see the discipline. No discipline from Ortiz, dropping his hands, trying to get out of range. And Lomachenko just following him out. Straight left and the swivel jab.
That southpaw swivel jab from Lomachenko. And in that last round, Lomachenko had a 10-5 connect advantage. He was 10 out of 40. As he revved the engine just a bit more, they apply that grease to that abrasion under the right eye that we saw was started because of a cuffing throw where the tape rubbed up against that right eye, as Bernardo was quick to get to the corner and find out that's what the claim, and the video backed it up. Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Ortiz?
Isaac Gonzalez is saying, I need you to push him back. Be first and use your feints. Everything off the jab, and remember, target that eye. It's in bad shape.
And that's the word for the undefeated fighter. And now a little bit of support for Ortiz here from the MSG crowd. You heard a faint chant of USA, USA. It is interesting to note that you have an unbeaten, up-and-coming, big opportunity-seeking American fighter who, just because of the wildly unique circumstances of Lomachenko, is on that side of the fence in terms of rooting interest here in New York.
That means he's doing well, Tess.
Ortiz told us in the fighter meeting, he said, I know what Loma tries to do with his feet. I've been in there long enough with him, and I've sparred many rounds. It's going to be a dance at certain points. When Loma tries to pick up his footwork, I'm going to pick mine up along the way. So far, so good for Ortiz.
Boy, Ortiz is giving better attitude on the inside, isn't he? Just a willingness to say, I'll make it something.
No respect.
That's right. He's going to throw those short right uppercuts on the inside when they're shoulder to shoulder.
You're holding him, Vasyl. You're holding him. Let go, Jamaine.
He's not in awe of the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter.
Tess, and that's I would say a quarter of the battle. Most guys that get in there with Lomachenko is in awe. They get beat before they even step foot in the ring, not Ortiz.
That youth is not easy to deal with, especially early in a fight. The springiness, the unpredictability of Ortiz, that's something that Loma has to contend with.
Yeah, but can he sustain it? That's the question. Can he sustain it?
On the way in, Loma.
But can he sustain it, Dre? You know, we get the sparring partners, the amateurs in the ring, the first 4 rounds, they look good, they sporadic, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds, you start beating on them. Let's see if Ortiz can stay at this pace.
Well, that was great timing moments ago by Lomachenko with the short left hand as Ortiz crossed that threshold.
It'd be even better if Loma was to blind him with the jab. Then come behind with the left hand.
Big note, Loma needs to pick up his right jab.
Yes, he does.
I know he's fighting a taller fighter, but he can flick that jab, not even land it, and just start shooting those left hands to the body like Ramirez did, and then bring it to the head.
Look at Ortiz. He hears the clap, and he says, I'm just going to throw. This is good stuff.
Good stuff.
Real good stuff.
What you doing, all right? I don't want you on the ropes at all. Little water. You had an opportunity to get behind him a couple times, buddy. Let's go, baby. Back to the jab.
Jamaine Ortiz threw a fight-high 54 punches in that last round, landed 17. You could make an argument that he's up 3 rounds to 1 right now.
That's what my scorecard looked like.
37-29 connect advantage. Loma did have significant action, had that southpaw swivel jab in the 3rd round.
You see a lot more urgency from Loma. And now he's trying to pay attention to the body of Ortiz. He's trying to go downstairs to slow him down. Oh, big left.
Ortiz took it well.
Combination with Lomachenko.
Oh, there it is. There's experience. That's what I was talking about.
It is. He's able to find that entry ramp, isn't he?
If he slows down just 1 mile per hour, Loma's going to catch up. Trust me.
How Ortiz manages these onslaughts in these moments determines how this fight goes. Loma's gonna have moments, but how does Ortiz handle them and how does he bounce back? That's on display right now.
That get back, Dre. That's what you're talking about, that get back.
Ortiz has not been 12, but he has been 10 rounds on 2 occasions.
Of course, coming off a career best win, and that was when he dismissed Jamel Herring with a 10-round unanimous decision, the former lightweight titleist. That was May back in Vegas.
The game plan for Team Ortiz is to turn when Loma turns. when he starts to do his footwork, we need to pick up our footwork. Most guys sit there and they're enamored and they stand in quicksand, and Loma's able to get around and land clean shots.
Loma just landed a left hand. Ortiz fired off short rights on the inside to follow it up.
There's such a long way to go in this fight. A lot can happen.
Well, we knew early on that Ortiz is going to have success because of the youth and the hand speed and athleticism.
And the reach.
Yep.
Every time you hear that clap, we get good action, good pace, right to the bell. A little bit of swelling under the left eye of Jamaine Ortiz as he walks back to his corner at the end of 5. Lomachenko far more productive in that 5th round than he was in the previous round.
He's already scared.
Rosenberg continues to grease up the right side of the face of Vasyl Lomachenko. As Anatoly Papachenko, as he is known. The 57-year-old father trainer of Vasyl gives his final instructions. On to round number 6. In that last round, Lomachenko had a 14-6 connect advantage. Power punches was 12-6.
He hurt him with that shot.
He did. Opens it up well here in round 6.
Straight left hand down to the body. Got Ortiz's attention. No doubt about it. You seen him fold over after Loma landed that shot.
Stepped right to him.
The left eye of Ortiz has some swelling and it's starting to close just a little bit.
And he tries to step and give an angle.
I think that pressure of Loma starting to get to Ortiz a little bit. He's not throwing as much offense.
You could just see it moments ago with those 3 steps to the left.
Lomachenko's got to pick up his right jab and start shooting those straight lefts to the body. That's going to open up the straight lefts and the overhand lefts to the head.
Ortiz is having a hard time seeing those lead jabs, Dre. That eye is starting to close.
That right hand, that southpaw jab is right on top of that swelling left eye.
And that's also waking Lomachenko up, seeing the eye close or start to close of Ortiz.
Kendrick Ball handles the cuts and the swelling in the corner of Ortiz. He's going to have some work to do with that left eye.
Ortiz finished strong in the last round, but he took a round off, and Loma had his way, and Loma's also having his way in this 6th round as well. Ortiz can't allow Lomachenko to start to steal the play.
He's countering over the top and shooting off 2 more behind it.
He's killing Ortiz's jab right now. Loma is countering right over the top, right over that eye. Good.
You don't see Ortiz busy using the jab or setting things up anymore. He's in defense mode. He's defending himself right now.
There is no doubt about that, Dre. This is not the Ortiz you saw in the first 4 rounds in terms of volume and pace.
Yep, there's the switch right there. That's what I was talking about. That lets me know that Ortiz understands that, hey, Loma's trying to work his way back in the fight. Now I got to do something different, so I'm going to switch southpaw.
And that's what you have, southpaw against southpaw, to close out round number 6. And he gets off a combination, tried to go to the body, and tried to back him up. So there's your changeup as we come to the halfway mark of our fight. Now, as for the left eye of Jamaine Ortiz, let's show you how it has gotten to this point.
Well, Lomachenko got that engine revving, and there you see that right jab that we've been calling for. The lead left with the swivel right jab to come behind it. It's a very difficult punch to defend when it comes behind the straight left. The straight left blinds you, hits you, and then all of a sudden a hard right jab comes behind it. That's why the eye is starting to swell and slowly starting to close.
You can see that deep purple forming. The swelling has increased. They have the ice on it now. So that is something that we will monitor.
I'm trying to understand where's the inswell.
They went with the bag of ice.
No, you need an inswell. You need
No
to
doubt
apply
about it.
pressure to that eye. That's going to slow down the bleeding.
Round 7 scheduled for 12. Biggest moment in the career of Jamaine Ortiz from Worcester, Massachusetts. He comes from a family of 7 children of Puerto Rican and Dominican descent who started fighting at 7 years old at the Boys and Girls Club in central Massachusetts. His father passed away when he was only 15 years old. Here he is 11 years later at Madison Square Garden. Biggest moment of his professional career.
Test, in this 7th round, this is when a championship fight really starts, the second half of the fight.
And as you pointed out, all the experience of Lomachenko and being in spots like that.
Yes, and it could very well be even right now going into the 7th round.
All right, break clean. Step back clean.
Referee Charlie Fitch has done a good job tonight.
That southpaw switching from Ortiz has kind of altered the game plan of Lomachenko for a moment. Loma hasn't connected clean yet this round.
Let go of each other. Let go of each other right out of there.
Oh, that's good.
2 punches to the body from Ortiz.
Great combinations. Good covering up right there. Nothing probably landed flush, but it looks good to the judges.
Oh, something landed. Definitely something landed.
Tries to go back to the body, yes. Loma came forward.
See Ortiz now, he switched southpaw. He got a good eye in front now. That's what it is.
Yes,
he got a good eye.
It's that right eye that's now back with the power hand, and now he goes back orthodox.
Ooh.
Swelling under the left eye became mostly pronounced in the 5th round, worsened in the 6th.
Test that combination that Loma's throwing. It's a combination that a lot of the greats use. Andre Ward used it. Lead right hand, swivel jab. Lomachenko's using it because, like Dre said, when you shoot to the straight left hand, they have to anticipate that power coming. But then that jab is so flexible, it can find that head. So hard to defend against.
Trying to come from the side. You pressure him and you try to come from the side. Don't let him connect. You throw a punch, you move to the side.
Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, next to his father, Bill. As he looks on, closely watching Vasyl Lomachenko. So much talk of what will happen, what could happen in 2023 between these two if things go the way Loma expects tonight. But he has a very game Jamaine Ortiz opposite him, who has come out strongly. And right now, total punches are 68 to 66.
Working behind that jab, we're going to keep him busy. More importantly, we've got to keep him off balance and thinking.
Ooh, a little pop shot right hand from Ortiz, and Loma decides to respond.
Good shot by Ortiz.
It sure was.
Answer by Loma.
I love those uppercuts on the inside. Not allowing Loma to get set. Keeping something in his face and keeping him occupied, defending.
It's a competitive 8th round.
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Underneath with the right uppercut to the body. Both men right in the pocket.
Nice double right hand right there from Ortiz.
Still a lot of round left.
I'll tell you, I just love how willing Ortiz is tonight.
Right there, he's using his physicality
Yes.
right now. I bumped him off.
Bigger man.
Exactly.
Shoulder him. And just touching him on the inside. Nothing scoring major there, but staying active.
Good work right there from Ortiz. Just occupying Lomachenko with footwork, foot feints, hand feints, body feints. And then sneaking him with a short, little crisp combination. Now he's trying to change his rhythm up. That's what Ortiz is doing. There's the bounce. That athletic style, Dre.
Yes, and youth.
That youth, athletic style, baby.
Big round for Ortiz.
It sure is. What a nice response from Ortiz. And there is Alexander Usyk, 3-belt heavyweight champion, closest friend and stablemate to Vasyl Lomachenko. As you hear the reception from the crowd as Usyk is seen at the big screen here at the Hulu Theater.
Don't let him think at all.
Looks like the swelling has stabilized under that eye with Ortiz. The abrasion for Lomachenko has not been an issue, as it was so pronounced in the first round as well on the other side. You know, a few times tonight you've brought up the age, the youth of Ortiz. That was one of the questions we were wondering, Timmy and Dre. Curious to see how Loma looks after the layoff. He's not young. How much we would see with the reflexes, the responses, the footwork. Is he still the Loma that we've always known? Coming off what happened in the past year, going back home to Ukraine with the war. 34 years old, Ortiz 26 years old.
I don't see a lot of ring rust in Lomachenko, and I don't see a lot of age. He still is. He's still got a high motor and engine, but I do see Ortiz asserting himself, and you got to give him credit as well.
Loma landed the left hand, asserting himself from the start.
Look, in the last video I told you, front foot step shuffle. How many times have you seen Lomachenko been able to get to the weak side of Ortiz?
That's
not many.
I'd actually like to see Loma spend more time inside like that, hitting to the body, raking shots over the top and underneath, because he's having success every time he's there.
Ortiz is holding right now. He's feeling his pace. Fellas, I got Loma behind in this fight. Loma right now needs to sweep these last rounds and the championship rounds. Ooh, nice right hand.
Right hand again, lead right hand from Ortiz.
Got Loma's attention.
There have been a few of those moments tonight.
But what's crazy to me is that when you see Ortiz, he has his lows and he buys his time with his foot feints and hand feints and upper body movement. Loma doesn't do anything. He needs to get active.
Ooh, doubles up the right hand, put the right uppercut in there.
Good right hook from Lomachenko.
Two-punch combination with the right hook from Lomachenko.
Good right hand answer from Ortiz.
Man, that's a great fight.
It really is.
It is a skillful, high-level fight.
And Ortiz has made it that way, Tim.
Yes, it is. You see Loma right here is letting him rest. Letting him rest.
And Ortiz fills the hole, Tim.
There you go. Sneak attack. Nice shot right there, set up by Lomachenko. You know, Ortiz along the ropes. You never want to have your back in the ropes. Loma digging downstairs with that left to the body. You see those elbows come in, and then he lifts them up, right up the middle with the left uppercut. Ortiz just leaning forward just a little bit. That's all it takes. Just leaning a tad bit forward to create that shot for Lomachenko.
Ortiz has thrown more, he has landed more. Lomachenko has had effective work. You just saw it with the body there. We saw it in the third round with the strong swivel jab. But this is a close fight.
Just change your life, baby.
As Usyk looks on ringside. 10th round. Anything could swing this on the scorecards at this point.
For me, fellas, the championship rounds have always been in the 12-round era, 10, 11, and 12.
Isaac
Bernardo.
Gonzalez just told Jamaine Ortiz, this is the moment you change your life.
It is. That's what these opportunities are all about in the fight game. We've seen it time and again. And now how will Ortiz respond, knowing he's gotten to this point and it's sitting right in front of him? There's a left hand that came in from Lomachenko.
Loma's been here before. He's trying to turn it up. He's letting those hands go now.
Body shot came in, and then a left hand split the guard. Boy, look at the CompuBox difference. 48.4 typically on Power Punch Connect percentage. Tonight, 29%. He's the best fighter in the world. He came in as the best fighter in the world when it came to Power Punch Connect percentage. Tonight, he's the norm.
Testing, hey, he hasn't been able to use those angles, Tess. And I've always said this, if you take those angles away, he becomes ordinary.
We have not seen
there, finally.
The angular fighter. There he finally turns him, twists him, goes off to the right.
This is a psychological battle for Ortiz right now, because this is as long as he's gone, and he's trying to conserve his energy to make sure he can get through 11 and 12. Somewhere he's never been as a professional fighter.
But in the meantime, right now, Lomachenko's winning round 10.
Yes. Loma also has that intel, and he's trying to take full advantage by pushing the pace. Good shot right there. It was a little low. Ooh, good shot from Loma.
Left hand to the body.
Well placed.
And then goes up top with a 2-punch combination to Ortiz's head.
I think Loma's trying to rest and Ortiz both are trying to rest.
And Lomachenko's done enough in this round to win it, so he really doesn't need to press right now. If he needs a breather, it's a good time to take it.
We've got 6 minutes to go here in New York. A fight to this point, perhaps many didn't expect to see. Round 11. Lomachenko, his return to boxing after 300+ days away of going back home to Ukraine to serve his country, to serve his people, to protect his family, and now trying to get back in contention with a win here to face Devin Haney for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world.
This is it for Ortiz. These last 2 rounds, this is the championship space. This is what you've been dreaming about. This is what you've been thinking about. He's got to go right now because Loma is going to go.
Been doing this since you're 7 years old. Got to make a dream come true. Give everything you have right now. Lomachenko then goes to the body after that. Dug a left hand to the body after backing him up.
That's why you see Ortiz holding on, trying to recover, and trying to keep Lomachenko off of him. He doesn't want to get hit with that shot again.
That was great work from Lomachenko here, round number 11.
Ortiz has to find it.
He ain't never been. How you define it when you ain't never been there?
Mid-fighters do it all the time.
Hey, you got to have that first time.
You gotta have. This is where you do it.
He's doing it at that.
Every championship fighter who does it for the first time has that moment.
Yeah,
this is Ortiz's moment.
And he's doing it against one of the greatest fighters of this generation.
But Lomachenko's not making it easy, as we knew that he wouldn't.
One of the greatest fighters of this generation who came in as a -3,000 favorite, who the guys in Vegas said a fight that most likely doesn't go the distance, that the total rounds is now already over.
Oh, big shot right there from Loma. Again, that swivel jab, that's one thing that Ortiz cannot avoid. Loma continues to land in that same shot over and over and over.
clear Lomachenko round, is it not? Final round coming your way.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the 12th and final round.
3 fast minutes, baby. Sharp. I want to see everything off the jab. Every time you go.
Undisputed champ looks on. What will the future bring? This guy can determine that right now.
Last round, we'll touch gloves. Last round, we'll touch gloves.
Vasyl Lomachenko has often said when asked this week about his decision to leave boxing to go back home to Ukraine, I have no regrets, absolutely the right decision, serve my country, no regrets. Jamaine Ortiz needs to have no regrets right now. Needs to give everything he can for 3 minutes.
Everything for 3 minutes to be considered a great fighter by beating Lomachenko. I don't know what the scorecards are looking like or reading right now, but I can tell you this is a close fight.
They should be close.
You said to yourself, you 3 minutes. 3 minutes to live like a king, man. That's all it takes. 3 minutes, hard work.
The last 2 or 3 rounds. Oh, Lomachenko has done Lomachenko things, and Ortiz has become a spectator to this event. He needs to wake up.
Jamaine Lomachenko has won the last 3 rounds.
Oh.
Surging ahead with combinations.
It's that endurance, holding his breath for 4 minutes at a time, underwater.
That's drive, though. That's instinctual. That's drive to know I need to close it. I need to make sure that I'm ahead and I get this done. And that's what you see Loma doing these last 3 rounds. Ortiz has had a mental letdown.
He's tired.
In these last 3 rounds.
He's tired. He's tired.
You can be tired tomorrow. You can't be tired tonight.
First scheduled 12-rounder for Ortiz.
Imagine if he had a couple under his belt. How better he would be.
If this goes his final minute, it'll be the 8th 12th-rounder that Lomachenko has completed.
Trust me, Tess, it's inevitable not to have that on your conscience going 12 rounds for the first time.
Of course, Lomachenko, since the beginning of his career, always against top talent.
Ooh, release and fire. Release and fire by Lomachenko. Looked like he was looking to tie up, and then he released, bumped, and then fired a combination.
Good fight.
It was a good fight.
Very good fight.
And it was a good night for the sport. And a good night to see that Ukrainian flag fly high. And hear the unity with the U.S. anthem backing it up. And a crowd here at MSG that supported both men. Hearing both sides just turn on each other. Great fight, Jamaine. Great fight, Vasyl. Down the stretch, Lomachenko ended up pulling ahead on the CompuBox numbers with just a slight edge in total connects. Let's look at the full page of CompuBox numbers, highlight some of the stats. As you see, the total punches was just 125 to 122. Lomachenko did more work to the body, had the good body work in the 9th round. The left eye started to swell on Ortiz in the 5th round. High mark came in round number 10 for Lomachenko when he landed 16 punches. High mark came for Ortiz in the 4th round when he was 17 of 54. And no matter what is said from these judges, can we just say this about Jamaine Ortiz? He's earned his next payday.
Yes, he has.
He is a game and capable lightweight.
Unbelievable performance by Ortiz. First 12-round fight, he fought well.
He looked great against Jamel Herring. Of course, that was Herring coming off the one-sided knockout loss to Shakur Stevenson. But he just outworked him in the middle and late rounds, finished the fight strongly. Tonight, he started the fight strong. He started the fight with such activity. And then, Dre, as you said, asserting himself throughout. But in the end, the distance, the pace, the experience of Lomachenko. As down the stretch, it appeared that Lomachenko was able to bank the late rounds. Let's find out what the judges say.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds here inside Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. John McKay scores the bout 115-113. Mark Constantino scores the bout 116-112. And Frank Lombardi scores the bout 117-111. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And new NABF lightweight champion, Vasyl Lomachenko!
A unanimous decision win for Vasyl Lomachenko in his return fight. More was asked of him than many believed. More was given by Jamaine Ortiz. Well-earned respect. Ortiz had sparred with Loma. Loma said he's skilled. He knows boxing. Ortiz showed it tonight and showed a great attitude in there as well. Here's Bernardo.